Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Madison's. Well, we all know the importance of good transport links when an area is looking popular to live in. And of course that all changed a little bit during the pandemic. People didn't feel the need to be so close to be able to get to their work because of the rise in work from home. I spoke last week about how demand in the capital had massively improved because people want to live back up there, not necessarily because they want to be close to work. Indeed, many of them still working from home, they want to be near the buzz of it. But one area that has really benefited is areas around the Elizabeth line. So the Elizabeth line went in to serve the Olympic village and the area for the 2012 Olympics. And the areas that are near it, like Stratford, Maryland, Abbey Wood, have done phenomenally well as a result of that new line. Stratford's done the best. I mean, prices have doubled over the last 10 years, so they've gone up 108%. The average price has gone from 233,000 to 486, which compares to a London average over the last 10 years of 55%. And Twyneford at the end of the western line, that section of that line, is given much better connection to Reading, has also seen a huge jump compared to 10 years ago. So enormous increases. And what you are then finding is that areas around that can look much more attractive to the rental market. So areas not quite in that immediate catchment but slightly outside have seen a huge increase. Indeed, those near Southall, biggest increase, the number of tenants wanting to apply to letting agents, up 372%. So that's an example of an area that's not actually on the Elizabeth line but very near to it and doing very, very well as a result of that nearby connection and people not quite able to afford those prices of the Elizabeth line. So yeah, really, really quite interesting facts there, really. Inflation up 9%. It's continuing to go up, isn't it? I think it will come off a little bit over the summer months, probably go down to about 8.5% would be my thoughts on it. That's because the demand that we're seeing for many areas will start to reduce as people tighten their belts. But the worrying event coming down the line is the removal of one of the big energy caps in October. That means prices on fuel, etc., are not capped at a certain level, and so they will start to soar a bit in October, hence why the end of the year prediction for inflation is 10%. I've got an article coming out in Times of Tunbridge Wells this week looking at inflation, rising living costs, etc., and my thoughts on the impact on the property market. So do look out for that if you want more of a kind of a general chat about what I think is going to be happening. Well, there's a firm who've been producing reports now for a little while talking about the effects of climate change. They issue them to professionals. It's Dye & Durham. And they issue them to professionals so that those professionals can give advice to people on how to mitigate the effects of climate change. And they're celebrating, they did a request for their 1,000th report. Really interesting, the things that they are looking at. So, for example, coastal erosions, there's 4,000 houses that are at risk at the moment. They expect that to increase to over 20,000 over the next 70 years. Soil problems because of subsidence, because of weakened soil, due to very heavy rainfall versus drought periods. And also flooding, another big risk area that they predict. So giving advice on how people can mitigate against that. And of course, that kind of links in tenuously to my new build. I am building an ICF, and a lot of you have been asking more about that. So ICF is insulated concrete formwork. It's what you saw Sarah Beanie build her big manor house in the country. As you get these kind of polystyrene blocks, you're seeing a picture of them now on the screen. They go up, they're filled with concrete, and it creates a very, very rigid structure. The main advantages of it are that it's very quick and easy to put up, can go up in any weather. The one weather that causes issue for the traditional building trade of brick is frost. This can go on in any weather. So it goes up very quickly, creates a watertight structure very, very quickly, and then you have to wrap it on the outside and make it look like a normal building. But it has huge other benefits as well. It's very energy efficient. It's very good against noise insulation. Loves basements. I'm building a little basement. I can't unfortunately do my basement ICF because I've got very clay-like soil with a big heave factor, but it's very good at basements. Very good against hurricanes. So linking onto that energy thing, ICF is built within a lot of countries where they do have issues with their weather because it has enormous benefits against extreme weather conditions. I'm hoping I won't need that where I am building, just a little bit more for you there about ICF. Cost-wise, more expensive initially, but because it goes up so quickly, overall it works out about the same cost. You have to look at it slightly differently. Your materials will be more, but your labour will be less. So that's how it compares on a cost level. Anyone wants to chat that through more with me, just give me a call. I'm very happy to talk about it. But finally, a more traditional property that we've taken to market, tucked away on the Forest Road, down a private drive actually. You'd never know it was there unless you were told exactly where to head for. So nice and quiet, very secluded, private plot, a semi-detached house, but a substantial semi-detached house. It's lovely spacious accommodation. 3 bedrooms, could be turned back into 4, which is the current owner took away one of the 4th bedrooms, and a lovely private garden. So on at a guide of 1.15 million, proving popular. So if you'd like to chat that one through, do give us a call. I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.